Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Akhanda Bodha Bandhanat Yasya Jayate Govindam Tamaham Vande Chidandatanum Gurum. So yesterday we were seeing tadarthasya parokṣatvādiviśiṣṭaciterapi tvamarthasyāparokṣatvādiviśiṣṭaciterapi. So we have to establish that the bird meaning, the direct meaning is impossible with reference to the tat tvam asi, the tat and tvam. So the meaning of tat, what is the meaning of tat? Tat is īśvaraḥ and tvam is jīvaḥ. How do we explain this? parokṣaviśiṣṭacitanya, paroksha avachina chaitanya, paroksha associated chaitanya, meaning mediate associated chaitanya is īśvaraḥ. And who is jiva? Immediate associated chaitanya, consciousness. So mediate associated consciousness is īśvaraḥ, that, and immediate associated consciousness is jiva, you. When we say īśvaraḥ, God, we refer our hand, our pointing finger to somewhere in the sky. Somewhere. Not you, I. But when I say you, I point out to you in front of me. So you are immediate, whereas īśvaraḥ is mediate. And with reference to this, all the sahasranamas, the 1,000 names, etc. of īśvaraḥ, whichever form of God you accept. Because when you say, how can you say īśvaraḥ is mediate? īśvaraḥ can be perceived, immediate. That is not for you, right? Do you see īśvaraḥ now? No. Then, what is the thing? In the sahasranamas, in the 1,000 names, in different names of īśvaraḥ, in any form of īśvaraḥ, there is one common name. Among the others, one common name which is aprameya. Aprameya. Prameya, object of sense organs. Aprameya, not an object of sense organs. He cannot be understood through any means of right knowledge. Any means of right knowledge. He is not an object of means of right knowledge. That is what is aprameya means. So, tad means mediate associated consciousness and tvam means immediate associated consciousness. This is established. Now he says, tathaivānyonyabhedasya vyāvartakatayā tayoḥ viśeṣaṇaviśeṣyatvasaṃsargasyetarasya vākyārthatve pratyakṣādikṛtastataḥ saṅgacchate vākyārthatvirodhaṃ vacmi. So therefore, since they are like this, tathaivā, similarly, anyonyabhedasya, they both have contradictory nature. Okay, this whatever is in this does not exist in that. Whatever is that does not exist in this. That means vyāvartakatayā. Since they are completely contradictory, they negate each other. They dismiss each other. So, tayoḥ viśeṣaṇaviśeṣya, therefore, between them, the adjective-adjectified association, samsarga, the adjective-adjectified association or any kind of association, na saṅgacchate, is not possible. Vākyārthatve pratyakṣādikṛtastataḥ. And if you are going to accept this kind of thing as the meaning of tattvamasi, then there is pratyakṣādikṛtastataḥ. There is contradiction with reference to the direct perception, etc. Therefore, vākyārtha na saṅgacchate. Therefore, the word meaning is impossible. I explained it and you heard it. What are we discussing here? That is a very good question. So we have to go back. See, we started with establishing the meaning of tattvamasi. The meaning of tat tvam should be equated with asi. Asi establishes the tat and tvam are same, similar, one, non-dual. To establish that, there are two ways. One is the bird meaning, direct meaning, vakyārtha. The other is implied meaning, indirect meaning, lakshyartha. So we resort to the lakshyartha, not the vachyartha, the word meaning, direct meaning. Why? Because there is contradiction with the pratyaksha, etc., direct perception, etc., we said. To establish that, we brought in the example. What is the example? Blue lotus. So, whatever is this is not that. Here you said, whatever is the nature of this does not exist in that. Whatever is the nature of that does not exist in that. They both contradict, they both cancel each other. Yes. I'll say blue is not lotus, lotus is not blue, but there is an association, right? There is an association of adjective adjectified. Why not like that? That can be a question. So for that we say, no, blue, you use blue to negate everything other than blue, the red, green, etc. And lotus, you use to negate the pot, cot, etc. And you bring in the connection between blue and lotus to establish blue is in the lotus and lotus is that which has the blueness. So therefore there is no contradiction there with blue lotus. But here, there is no possibility of understanding any connection between these two because they are completely contradictory. Therefore, the word meaning is not possible. Yes, thank you. You explained it again, but still, I don't understand. Okay, good. So he says, sarveshattva sarvajñatvadiviśiṣṭaciterapi gunaihi sarvottamaḥ satyakāmaḥ satyasaṅkalpa īśvaraḥ tatpadārthastvamarthastu kiñcijjño duḥkhajīvanaḥ saṃsāryayaṃ tadgatiko jīvaḥ prākṛtalakṣaṇaḥ sarveshatva swatantratva sarvajñatvadivihi gunaihi sarvottamaḥ satyakāmaḥ satyasaṅkalpa īśvaraḥ tatpadārthah tvamarthastu kiñcijjño duḥkhajīvanaḥ saṃsāryayaṃ tadgatiko jīvaḥ prākṛtalakṣaṇaḥ. So he is talking about two different contradictory states of Ishvara and Jiva. What is Ishvara? Tatpadartha Ishvaraḥ. Tatpadartha Ishvaraḥ. Ishvara, who is referred to by the word tad. Okay, who is he? So he brings in sarveshatva, sarva ishatva. He is omnipotent. Sarva ishatva. He has the power to rule everything. He is the ruler of everyone. Okay. Sarva swatantratva. He is independent of everyone. So he is independent of everyone, everything. And sarvajñatvadivihi, sarvajña, omniscient. So he is omniscient, omnipotent, all-pervading Ishvara. Gunaihi, these are his nature. So we'll understand it in different way. I don't understand what sarveshatva and swatantratva, independent, etc. I don't understand. I'll explain it to you in a different way. Okay. We saw jnana ichcha kriya. We remember this. I keep repeating again and again. Jnana ichcha kriya. Knowledge, desire, and activity. This is the order. First you have knowledge, then you have desire, then you act. Right? Now, sarvajña, all-knowing. He is omniscient. Omniscient, all-knowing means knowledge. Okay. Then, sarva swatantra. He is independent of anything. He can desire anything. Your desire is limited to whatever you have knowledge of, but for him, it is not limited to anything. He can desire anything And that object of desire, whether it exists or does not exist, really does not matter. It will be present. So he has that that complete desire, independence for desire. That is what is referred to with satyakāma, satyasaṅkalpa. Two words. Satyakāma and satyasaṅkalpa. His desire is made true, and his intention, saṅkalpa, whatever he wills, that comes true. It turns out to be true. So that desire aspect is also taken care of. Then sarveshatva. He is ruler of everything, omnipotent. Kriya. His activity is also complete. Omni. So he is one who has, let us understand this in simple terms. He is one īśvaraḥ, tatpadārtha īśvaraḥ, the īśvaraḥ who is the word meaning of tat, the meaning of tad. He is one who has a complete knowledge, complete desire, complete activity. One who is a paripurna, one who has paripurna, why paripurna? Purna jnana, purna ichcha, and purna kriya. Okay, that is what sarvajña, sarvasvatantra, sarva isha. Okay, now, and to explain the sarveshatva, how can he be sarvesha, or how can be he desire everything? Sarva purna ichcha, how can he be? So he says satyakāma, satyasaṅkalpa, sarvottamaḥ. He is beyond all this. So he can be anything. Satyakāma, satyasaṅkalpa, sarvottamaḥ. Okay. Now, I am jīvaḥ tu. Tvamartha, I am jīvaḥ tu. But this jiva, who is the meaning of the word tvam, who is he? Īśvara is a complete knowledge, complete desire, complete activity. Who is jiva? So he says kiñcijjño. Kiñchit means little bit, wee bit. Jñah means knowledge. One who has very small knowledge, little knowledge. He is complete knowledge, and this fellow is little knowledge. Okay. Duḥkhajīvanaḥ. And his whole life is sorrowful. Duḥkhajīvanaḥ, his life is sorrowful. Meaning he does not have the strength even to desire. So he is swatantra, he is independent. This fellow is duḥkhajīvanaḥ. Saṃsāri, and he is bound. That fellow has unlimited power. This fellow is bound. Why is this fellow bound? Because tadgatiko. His activity is dependent upon tad. Whatever īśvara desires, that is what this fellow has to do. He is under the purview of, under the control of īśvara, because īśvara is sarvesha. He is the ruler of everything. So this fellow is following him, following his orders. So prākṛtalakṣaṇaḥ. Why is all that? Why is all these bad qualities in the jiva? Because jiva is prākṛtalakṣaṇaḥ. Prakrita means normally nature. Prakrita means that which is born of nature. Lakshana, inherent nature. One who is of the inherent nature of nature. That is too complicated. Prakrita means that which has come from prakriti. Prakriti means mayam tu prakritim vidya Shvetashvatara says, and no maya to be prakriti. So prakrita means that which came from prakriti, means that which came from maya. Okay. So that which came from maya is a prakrtalakṣaṇaḥ, is of the nature of maya. So this is the state of jiva and īśvara. Īśvara is a complete knowledge, activity, and complete knowledge, desire, and activity, and jiva is a limited activity, limited desire, and limited knowledge. Complete contradiction. Therefore, how can there be oneness? That is why he says, kathamenakattvamanayorghaṭate viparītayoḥ pratyakṣēna virodho'yamubhayorupalabhyate. Therefore, this, when you take this, it contradicts that. When you take that, it contradicts this. Therefore, that which is completely contradictory cannot be connected with anything. A bridge is which that connects two sides. Here, these two sides cannot be connected with any kind of association. Bridge. So he says, kathamenakattvamanayorghaṭate viparītayoḥ pratyakṣēna virodho'yamubhayorupalabhyate. Ubhayoḥ ayam virodhah pratyakṣēna upalabhyate. Ekatvam anayoḥ viparītayoḥ anayoḥ ekatvam katham ghatate. Ubhayoḥ, for these both, īśvara and jīva. Ayam virodha, this contradiction is pratyakṣēna upalabhyate, is understood through the direct perception itself. You can see that is different, this is different, this is completely contradictory. You can understand it to be completely contradictory yourself through direct perception, through simple knowledge, common sense. So he says, therefore, anayoḥ viparītayoḥ ekatvam katham ghatate. Therefore, these two, which are completely contradictory, how can they be one, identical, same? That is impossible. Okay? Now, virodho'yamubhayorupalabhyate paraspara vilakshanau jīveśau vahnituhināviva śabdārthato'pi ca. virodho'yamubhayorupalabhyate paraspara vilakshanau jīveśau vahnituhināviva śabdārthato'pi ca. People normally explain this as a shloka. Whatever is said here is not a shloka. It is a hetu. It's not a statement. It is a reasoning, syllogism. What is the syllogism? What is syllogism basically? Syllogism, tarka we say in Sanskrit. Tarka means that which has a 5 avayavas, 5 limbs or 3 limbs. We accept 3 limbs. Okay. So, paksha, sadhya, hetu, udaharana. The first two is one part. Second is a hetu, reasoning. And third is a example. This is the complete part. Paksha means the place of doubt. Sadhya means that which you want to establish in that place. Hetu means the reasoning. Udaharana means example. We will take a example which we have understood earlier. Parvato vanniman dhumat mahanasavat. This is the 4 parts. Parvataha, this is where I want to establish. What do you want to establish? Where? Parvataha, mountain. What's with respect to mountain? What happened to mountain? Vanniman, it has fire. Mountain has fire. How do you know? Dhumavatva, because it has smoke. Mountain has fire. Mountain, first word. Has fire, second word. Second sentence, it is not a word. Mountain is, then we have a second part is has fire. Third part is because it has smoke. Fourth part is like the kitchen, mahanasavat, like the kitchen. In the kitchen, you can see the connection. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. So that connection is seen in this kitchen. So that concomitance is seen in the kitchen. Therefore, that's the example. Now you understand. Mountain, fire, smoke, then kitchen. Okay? Mountain. Jīveśau. The Jīva and īśvara. That is mountain. Paraspara vilakshanau are different from each other. Completely, entirely different from each other. That is your fire. Jīva and īśvara are entirely different from each other. Third is a smoke. Virodho'yamubhayorupalabhyate, because they are afflicted by completely contradictory characters, attributes. What is the example? Vahnituhināviva, like the fire and ice. Tuhina means ice. Like the fire and snow or ice. So you have a complete tarka which says Jiva and Ishvara are completely contradictory because they have completely contradictory attributes like the fire and ice. śabdārthato'pi. Not just this is logic. Even through the word meaning, if you see, there is completely contradiction. So, śabdārthato'pi, even the meaning of the words are completely contradictory. Therefore, they cannot be one. How can there be oneness there? Okay. pratyakṣādivirodhaḥ. Oh, this is too complicated. Let us give this up. Give up what up? This identity, establishing the identity between the individual self and the absolute self, establishing the identity between the Ishvara and Jiva. Let us give it up. Why should we get into all this complicated ideas, complicated things? So he says, pratyakṣādivirodhasya iti aikyetayoḥ parityakte shruti vachana virodho bhavati mahan smrti vachana virodhascha pratyakṣādivirodhaḥ syāt iti ऐक्येतयोः परित्यक्ते श्रुतिवचन विरोधो भवति महान् स्मृतिवचन विरोधश्च pratyakṣādivirodhaḥ स्यात्. Okay, this contradiction with respect to the direct perception etc. exists here. Iti, therefore, tayoḥ ऐक्ये परित्यक्ते. If we give up, परित्यक्ते means completely give up, entirely give up the aikya, the identity, to establish the identity between these. Oh, give up. Why get into all these complicated ideas? If you give like that, give up like that, then mahan shruti vachana virodha and shruti vachana smrti vachana virodhascha bhavati. There is a great mahan, great contradiction with respect to the statements of the shruti and the statements of the smrti. The statements of the smrti are based on the shruti. So, there is a great contradiction between the Shruti and Smrti statements. There is a great contradiction. It is not that there is no contradiction, seeming contradiction and all that. Sometimes there are contradictions and we try to resolve things. That is how the world is. We see some contradiction, we try to resolve, right? There is a statement. He tore open his stomach. Who will do that? So we use that statement as a eulogizing statement. It is to praise something. Very beautiful, very good. And the Ishavasya Upanishad, which is in Samhita portion, but there is no the Purimamsakas does not accept that to be a Upanishad establishing the self. Therefore, he says, Īśvaraḥ sarvam yat kiñcijjño jagat tena taktena munjita magradakasya siddhanam swaha. Swaha. When you say swaha, then it means you are doing the fire oblation. You are throwing the ghee or whatever fire oblation material into the fire using swaha. So I am chanting Īśvaraḥ sarvam yat kiñcijjño jagat tena taktena munjita magradakasya siddhanam. That's the mantra, first mantra. Swaha. Very good. But the Purimamsakas want to accept like that. Then we'll ask, okay, based on which statement you accept that this is used for fire oblation? What is the result for that? Because if you are accepting it for a fire oblation, you have to give an end result. What is the result for this? Where is it said? Oh, sorry, it is not said. Then, use it for chanting. Any Vedic mantra is good for giving punya. So it will give you punya. Just do it for punya. That's all. Now, you cannot contradict. Yes, we cannot contradict if he says that. So, we try to resolve. Later we say, no, it cannot be for punya and all that because it is very clear. This is what it says. The identity is not useful for your karma any which way. So, it cannot be used for that. We'll resolve like that. Anyway, so whenever there is a contradiction, for or against, we try to resolve. That's what we do. So, you have to resolve. No, you cannot do that. It says, Shrutyapyekattamanayoho tatparyena nigatyate In some way, you just give up. Resolving means to give it up, you have to resolve it. Find some way, technique. If we say, then we say, Shatyapyekattamanayoho tatparyena nigadyate muhuh tatvam asi iti asmat angikarya shutervachah. Shrutyapi ekattam anayoho tatparyena nigadyate muhuh tatvam asi iti asmat angikarya shutervachah. Shrutyapi, even by the Shruti, muhuhu, again, these two words are used earlier with respect to the same tattvamasi. Tattvamasi iti. So Shruti also again and again 9 times, as I said, repeats this tattvamasi statement. In Chandogya Upanishad, the father Uddalaka teaches his son Shvetaketu tattvamasi Shvetaketu tattvamasi Shvetaketu 9 times with different examples, right? So muhuhu, again and again, meaning 9 times tatparyena anayoho ekattam nigadyate. As the purport, if you are going to repeat, if you are going to say once, then you can say, okay, you can give some meaning to it. But if you are repeating it again and again, we already said that means it is the true meaning, it is the purport of the teaching, if it is the essence of the teaching. So the Shruti also, by repeating it again and again, the tattvamasi statement, it says this is what is the essence. What is that? Anayoho ekattam, the identity between these two. Ishvara and Jiva is the essence of teaching, is the purport of the teaching. Asmat nigatyate, it says, it establishes. Asmat, for this reason, Shrutehe vachaha angikarya. We have to accept the statement of the Shruti. The idea behind Shruti, the idea of the Shruti, the sense of the Shruti, we have to accept. We'll see this. Om Purnamadaః Purnamidam Purnāt Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.